Sharia law may be creeping into the British legal system. UK lawyers are now being given guidelines on how to draw up wills compliant with Islam. The move could see women and non-Muslims being legally left without their fair share of inheritance. RT's Polly Boyko looked at the implications of the new rules.
The Law Society represents lawyers in England and Wales, and their new guidelines talk about how to draft Islamic wills. What's made this controversial, though, is that wills drafted in compliance with Sharia law can refuse women an equal share of inheritance, as well as entirely discount non-believers, illegitimate and adopted children. The move's prompted a backlash from some lawyers and equality campaigners, amidst concerns that a parallel legal system is emerging for Britain's Muslim communities.
Sharia law has not been enshrined in the British legal system, and it's inaccurate to report the Law Society's guidance on that basis. However, what the Law Society have done by issuing this practice note, which is guidance, they've legitimised and normalised and sanitised Sharia law, which is inherently discriminatory.
Law Society denies promoting Sharia law in the UK. The organisation says that it was merely responding to demand from its own members for guidelines on how to draft wills which follow Sharia succession rules. There are a number of Sharia family councils in England and Wales. They're not part of the official court system, but they help Muslim communities resolve civil and family disputes by making recommendations. And last October, David Cameron announced that Britain will be the first non-Muslim country to sell sukuks, bonds that can be bought by Muslim investors in accordance with Islamic financial law. For some, it sets a dangerous precedent.
The effect of extreme liberalism and indeed denying those pillars that have held our country together for so long and leaving them open to change from external forces coming into the country means that actually those external forces, and this is the unintended consequences that lie beneath all this, those external forces actually have an effect of creating a less liberal and a less free society.
A number of MPs have already called for a parliamentary inquiry into the extent of Islamic law in the UK. Polly Boyko, RT, London.
Let's take a look at how Islam and Sharia law is being adopted into British society. An estimated 85 Sharia courts operate across the country dealing with cases of divorce, domestic violence and child custody, with some decisions reportedly contradicting UK law. Then there are more than 150 Muslim schools in Britain, and some of them have been at the centre of scandals after refusing to appoint female staff. And finally, there's a worrying trend of underage marriage, with 14 to 16-year-olds being married off to much older men and sometimes forcibly.